All right. So, as the description says, as the video title implies, I was given a Danny O'Day ventriloquist doll some years back, and it was bought for me. So if you look, this is a 19. Yeah, okay, I got it right. Yeah, 1967 Juro. You can see that he's on a stick. The head. Okay. So there we go. You got the bar in place here for the mouth. Out here, where the string comes out. Okay. It's attached to this little bit here, which actually fell off when I was messing with it. There's his mouth. Okay, so you got these hooks here, right? See that? This is the string that goes through. This little loop here fell off. So, what was happening was we'll pretend that the string is through there in the back. Okay, so I'm pulling on the string, but his mouth always hung open. Okay, I could pull it and it would only move like a little bit like that, and it wasn't clamping. His mouth was not staying shut. The old band that was in there when I got it was brittle, horrible. It was terrible, right? So you notice too, 67. I knew he was old, but what's up with all these liver spots he's got? He needs some good cleaning. So, my job here is to put a band through here, back into his mouth. Now, here's what's happening. Is that the hook that I need, see, I need to take a band and hook it up to this top piece here. I believe it's the top piece. We're going to try this. Top piece here. And it's going to go down. I believe it's going to go around the hook. And then it has to go all the way down in here. You can't really see this. You see this bit right here? And this stick is all glued in. Okay? And it's connected deep in here in his mouth, and there's a hook there. So, after a bit of trial and error, I figure what is needed is that I have to dislocate the stick here, which from what I'm gathering is just really just held by a lot of glue. I have to take the stick off here. I gotta take the stick out, hook a band onto that, put it back in there, wrap it around, hook it up with this mouthpiece, pull the string through the back here, maybe add that back on, and then we should be good. So, thought he was pretty intact. It looked pretty good for even the year that he was. And this is the body that came with him. Now, for any of you that know and will understand that, yes, these are the pants. These are his pants that he came with. And I've seen a lot of videos of people that have the same one. But mine have the shoes. Yes, my Danny came with his shoes. Check them out. Got some nice shoes. because outside of his shoes, yes, I tie his shoes for him, are his little foot. Just plain cloth black material that looks like a funky sock. Bear with me. Okay. This obviously is not the shirt that originally came with him. You know, I already know this anyways. Also, clearly, I mean, it's quite large. Doesn't really fit him. I mean, it. This is how I got him. He came with this shirt on him, but this isn't his original shirt. So he just got the kind of cardboard sort of casing, whatever you want to, you know, it is. In the back. See? Hollow right there. That's where the head goes in. Just control his head that way. Okay? So. We'll put this aside. Get your legs up. Get them out of there. All right. So, got some tools here. Get my X-Acto knife. And actually, I think I'm going to replace the string. I'm probably just going to use a little bit of this right here. You know, I got some of this craft lace and whatnot that I use for when I'm working with leather. So you probably can't even see that, but that's there. And I got some different bands. These are longer ones. They're pretty sturdy. I can shorten it, change it how I need. I gathered the longer ones because I have to go, you know, further up on an angle, and really just trial and error, and we'll see. We'll see where I get with that. So, I think the first step right now is that I'm going to have to cut along the edge right here. Now, I don't want to dig too much into this part here, but there's a lot of glue that's being held in place. And I felt down in here. It's not too bad. It doesn't feel too gunked up or anything. So I think if I can make some good incisions, I could probably twist. I might be able to pull this out. And then, of course, I'll just have to glue it again when I'm done. So, let's get started. Now, I'm watching a lot of different videos on dummy repairs. And a lot of them are useful, but I haven't been able to find one that was useful for me for this situation, which is kind of funny because you wouldn't think that would be a problem. Well, this is actually digging in kind of nicely. So my point of making this, and this is completely different from any of my other videos, but it's something that I wanted to share, something that I wanted to do. Well, there's a big gap there. As you can see that? what I'm looking at. Right there. See that? Got your metal hook, and then you got that bit there. Anyways, I've owned him for a long time. His mouth didn't really work right from the get-go, but I was so ecstatic and happy to get him. Really excited. I've always liked ventriloquism, you know, just I love the fact of you know, of these talented people throughout the years creating something that is so lifelike, that could have so many similarities of themselves, or even so much indifference of themselves, almost like a hidden personality that they just bring to life for such great entertainment. And actually, I had practiced years back. I was practicing on learning to be able to do ventriloquism and speak without moving every part of my mouth. So making some good incisions in that, working it through, and so, like I said, this is a 1967 Danny O'Day from the Juro company. How do you pronounce that? Looks like Juro. Juro. And I'm still gonna have to go a little bit deeper in that. Jimmy Nelson. Jimmy Nelson was the ventriloquist who Danny was. Danny was his guy. It was Jimmy and Danny. A young man at the time from Chicago, and he actually started this quite early. What I mean by that is he was quite young when he was starting his really when he got into this idea to be a ventriloquist. I don't quote me on a lot of this. I want to say he was like maybe like what was it? He was like early teens when he I think when he maybe not really when he started, but well, maybe he was quite young when he had Danny made up. I don't remember where he went to get that done or all those kind of facts and whatnot, but very popular, and he did a lot of acts and everything, a lot of TV specials, did a lot of commercials and stuff, and throughout the 50s and the 60s, and I believe Danny was his first one. Of course, you know he did more too. He had Humphrey Higsby, and of course Farfel the dog. They did a lot of like little Nestle's Cocoa commercials and whatnot. But if you go online, just check out. You can find a lot of cool stuff on YouTube from him, and he's just hilarious. And what I liked was when he would utilize Danny and and Humphrey together, and he'd make them kind of bicker back and forth along with him, or they would sing songs together. He was really good with it. Much like take people like Jeff Dunham. You know what I mean? He can make all of his puppets argue with each other. I remember when I was a kid, I was watching Jeff Dunham when he had Peanut, and later the jalapeno on a stick. He's been doing stuff for many years too. Dunham has. So maybe this might be a little bit more work than I thought. Oh wait, I got a twist. Got it. So, okay. So, alright, you see? This is that little bit I was telling you about. That's where the hook was. So obviously I'm going to leave the hook there, okay? But I'm going to take some of this excess stuff off of here. I don't need that. Clean it up a little bit, I suppose. Because I'm going to have to re-glue this. So I'm hoping those rubber bands that I got are actually going to hold. But like I said, it's kind of trial and error right now. Alright, so I don't want to loosen this hook up too much. So I'm going to leave a little bit of that glue. Just so when I start pulling on it, it's not falling. Yeah, because I'm realizing now that this hook right here is all just held on was just some old ass glue. And I'm wondering if whoever owned it before me did a couple little repairs or just messed with it a little bit. Okay. So now we got to do the hook. Bear with me. So, okay. So, I got a band like this right here.
But you see how, if you can see this, it's all kind of measured in there. So I'm thinking maybe I can cut one of these bands, or take one that I already have cut, wrap it through this section here, right there, and just loop it, bring it up, and then bring it through here, and then and tie it, maybe. Let's see. I already have one cut that I was messing with from earlier, trying to figure this out. Put that through there. So then I'll put this stick back into his neck. And then the idea would be to tie it to this part of his mouth. And that should go around this bar right here. Let's try. Okay, so I already fed that through. Got through this part of his mouth. I'm going to wrap it around this bar and come back through this way. Now, I'm going to tie them. I'm going to put them through this loop here, this hook right there. I'm going to tie them. And we'll see what happens. Thing is, I don't know how tight it needs to be. I mean, I imagine pretty tight, but put the string through. just moving the string down to the hole in the back of his neck. I probably should have done this, I don't know, differently. I gotta try to push that string through that little hole, get it angled up. We'll use the back end. Boy, this is the struggle part here. You can use a screwdriver to kind of push that string, at least get it lined up. Yeah, I probably should have pushed that string through first. I'll let his mouth just kind of hang. I suppose it's good that I kept it a little bit frayed. So, there you have it. Pull the strings through. My phone got cut off because I like to take a lot of pictures and videos, and I failed to empty my storage out. So I run out of storage. So I got the second string finally pulled through with the use of a lot of different tools and everything. And as you can see, the stick is still hanging there for a little bit. There's, you can see that there's the hook, okay? See? So I just gotta drive that back in there, in place. Push that back through. I'll shove it in a little bit more afterwards, but right now I just want to show you that the mouth is closed. The string works. There he is. Okay, so I just gotta fix these two ends here. Maybe put that little loop back on. Maybe do something a little bit different. We'll see. But repair is done. And there you go. So actually, while I still have you on, why not? Let's just shove this back in if we can. Come on, Danny. Oh, we're running into problems. His mouth open. Let's pull it back out. What's going on? Ah, I got too much slack. That's what's happening. Too much slack. See, when I push it, when I push this pole back in, the band, see, his mouth's starting to open. Running that same problem. So the band, a little bit too long, like I thought. Well, actually, originally I thought it'd be good. So that's the issue. So I'm gonna have to redo this. Actually, I could probably cut this down, loop it back through here, and then tie this end. So how much do I need? As soon as I start getting just part weight in, the mouth loosens. Tightens what I'm about here. So I say I'm gonna go with, say, about a good 3 inches. 2 to 3 inches. I'm gonna cut that, I think, and tie that in. So I'm gonna measure up through here. And I think I'll cut about 2 1/4 maybe. Pull it out a little bit more, just so I don't mess that up. I don't want to lose these strings. I mean these bands. Oh, got them. Alright, this might be a little tricky. Oh, lost one. Shoot. Yep, that shot right up there. I don't have a long enough tool to get that. I wonder. I mean, that band is just hanging there. I wonder, though. I wonder if I can get away with just attaching this one. Let's try it. Probably not going to work for forever. But, like I said, this whole video was trial and error. And I didn't see any other videos on repairing these guys. So I'm just doing quick fixes here just to see what we can do and how we can, what we can do over time. So still seems to be working. Okay, let's twist that back in. Well, look at that. I got a band that is loose in his mouth. You probably can't even see that, can you? A little bit? You see that in the center? But we're still working. I may not even have to glue this right now. And actually, I don't think I'm going to, because I'm going to have to do some repairs later. But look at this. We got him. That works. So, let's just go basic and simple for the sake of this video and the sake of my time. let's just attach this string back there. I mean, this ring. Put this ring back on. Couple simple, just 2 simple knots. I didn't want to keep the string. I wanted to replace this in the beginning with that string that I had showed you with that. I wanted to replace it with that, so we will later, another time. I mean, because this string right here is pretty old, but it's holding together, it's doing its thing. And my main focus was really, I just wanted to see if I could repair him or not. And it looks like I pretty much did. So let's see. Oh, we're getting some snags there, sticking. Probably because of that band. So, okay, well, when his head's out, I can get this. If I put him in here, you know what? I think my problem right here, his string, I'm putting his string right here, and I think it's snagging on that. Let's try putting it outside of his, on the, right here on the back of his shirt, but on the inside, because like I showed you before, it's all hollow there. This is where the stick is. Of course, it doesn't look good on the back because the string is staying, it's showing. No problems there. Well, a quick, simple repair, but I think I learned a decent amount, enough to do some more decent repairs with Danny. And I learned a lot from this anyway, so pretty simple, pretty basic, but all going well. 1967. All right. Thank you.